person who recognizes that we have a cultural issue. As a person that believes that the Constitution is not the problem, it is the answer, I recognize that the only way that we're truly going to see significant movement along the lines of these ideas that I believe in is by engaging people where they're at, meeting our young people where they're at, meeting parents that deem their right to raise their children as precious. Meeting them where they're at is going to be where it is that we're going to see significant movements.
They was talking to me, they said, you know, there's this family called the Sucado family over here from Chicago, and they're basically the mafia. And they are basically the ones who are really the bullies. They bully Congress, they bully anybody they want to bully. They are known as the Secret Society of Seven. 7 brothers. I have 5 brothers. These 2 girls have 7. One of them is probably much like me, because although she is their sister, her life is under threat because she is willing to speak out. Although she wants to live, so she will not, because it wouldn't work that way. The fact of the matter is that we do need to know who our enemy is. It is very difficult to take something down. We're over here trying to make something happen, and we got the Sucado family over from Chicago, from which I understand is linked to the mafia. And they are actually running things here. Now, I started out as an advocate of the hitting stops here for ending USA school beatings, of which out of 19 US states, Arizona is one of them. And Arizona presently has a bill called the Senate Bill School Corporal Punishment Prohibition, and it's SB 1361. Now, here is your primary target, this little precious child who's now in 3rd grade and has been being beaten with this wooden board since kindergarten. And he said in an interview that I had with him, if you can see the words, "I wish they would stop hitting me. I wish they would stop hitting me." This is a fellow US citizen. He just happens to be a little 3rd grader. The typical prototype for being beaten in American schools are Black American boys. In the state of Texas, along the West Coast, it is the most egregious area. Texas beats so many children that its own state superintendent said, well, we report 80,000 because we don't want to look bad. So as long as this wooden board is in your school, you pay 3 times the insurance premium of schools that do not use this. That's where their money goes. They're poor, they don't have enough books, they don't have enough crayons, so that money allotted for supplies goes to insurance policies so they could beat on.
Is to obtain reunification as soon as possible. Number 4, keep good records of your children's performance in school. No tardy and good grades helps your position, as your children will not perform well after being kidnapped by CPS. Your records have to be better than theirs. Number 5, you are automatically assumed to be guilty of being a bad parent. And our society has adopted the communist philosophy that the state makes a better parent than you, your siblings, your parents, and extended family.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I want to encourage all of you to get in touch with Paula and her organization, get in touch with me. We will take your concerns to the Capitol, not only of Arizona, but to the Capitol of the United States of America. And we're here to say we're not going to let the state continue to damage and to take our children away. We will take them back. And I would encourage you to get involved. But I'll tell you something, folks. Paula's strong, and I'm strong, but we need your help. We need your help. And everybody's going to have to pitch in. This is our fight, not her fight, not my fight, but our fight. And with that in mind, Michael.
young people's rights in a lot of ways. We fought against curfew laws. We have fought against invasive searches, but there is no right that is more basic, more fundamental, more sacred than the right of all people of all ages, not to be injured, not to be touched against your will. This is just as basic as it gets.
I've sent the DVDs to these areas where they're still striking kids with these boards, and the parents are giving them out, and they're very excited to know that in Hawaii, people are learning about their problem because they need a lot of help. And so they're real excited to see their faces being shown in Hawaii, and that we're getting the word out for their protection.
But it was kind of a shock, and I never enjoyed English after that. I was always a reader. I was a voracious reader. But for some reason, after that, the English language, the structure of it didn't come. She wasn't assistive in my learning process.
Right.
It was a punitive process. Yes. It was a watch out or else process.
Yes. Organization called Parents and Teachers Against Violence in Education, and so that's a whole nother huge source of information on this. That website is actually nospank.net, and I'm board members and best friends with the executive director. His name is Jordan Ryak. He's turned about 77 this year, and he's been working for having safe schools for the last more than 30 years. And so now we're partners.
See John Klein. Hi, Representative John Klein. This is Paula Flo. I'm here at Mall of America, and I am among people who are in favor of H.R. 3027, and we would like to encourage you to sponsor this bill or co-sponsor this bill and ask the members on the committee to do the same. Do you want to say anything, young lady, to Representative John Klein?
Yes, I would like to second everything that Paula Flo just said.
All right. Well, thank you, John Klein, and we do believe you're going to do the right thing. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. That was John Klein. He heard you. Now he's heard your voice.
Them in permanent placement. Have to have it done in 6 months.
6 months.
And they will stall every which way they can, so you pass that 6 month time.